Hello everyone, this is Unit 1, Lesson 10, Angular Relationships worksheet that we have assigned for this lesson. And you can go ahead and try numbers 1 and 2 right now. You could press pause, try these two problems, and we'll review them when we come back. Press pause now. What is the relationship between angle A and angle B? Hopefully you've answered this. And remember, this is a straight line. Straight lines, the relationship between both of these, they add up to be 180 degrees. So the relationship is that they are supplementary. All right, these angles right here, A and B, this is a perpendicular line. This is perpendicular to this line right here, and perpendicular lines form right angles, and right angles right here and right there. Right angles equal 90 degrees. The angles are right angles, and they are equal to 90 degrees. Right angles are equal to 90 degrees. The angles are complementary. So put all of that in there. Remember, the complementary angles add up to be 90 degrees. Supplementary angles add up to be 180 degrees. Please remember that. All right. Going on to number 3 and 4, you could press pause, try the problems, and we'll come back and review them. Press pause now. So taking a look at angle A here and angle B, what are they? The angles are vertical angles. Remember, vertical angles meet in the middle at a vertex. They are directly across from each other. They meet at a vertex. They meet at the vertex. Okay. Vertical angles. Find the measure of angle B. I'm going to take my highlighter out, and this is a straight line. Remember, these angles are supplementary. So what do? Well, you should have put 180 minus 50. You get 130 degrees, so that means B is 130 degrees. Go ahead, try numbers 5 and 6. Press pause now. Okay, so we have a pair of vertical angles here. They meet at a vertex. This is 43 degrees, and so is B. 43. Number 6. This box here is a right angle box, so that means that those two angles together, when you add them, equal 90 degrees. So 63 plus B has to be equal to 90 degrees. So what we do is that we take 90 minus 63, and that is 27 degrees. Number 7 is all fill in the blank. So go ahead, try those problems now. So it really, at this point, you should know this vocabulary. The sum of all interior angles of a triangle are 180 degrees. You add them up. 2 or more angles that add up to be 180 degrees are called supplementary. Two or more angles that add up to 90 degrees are called complementary. Angles, and a straight line we know is 180 degrees. Please, when I'm going to type something, please add it. And I edit it down to the bottom. If you want to press pause and just copy it and then try to fill it in with whatever you think goes in there. It says the sum of two non-adjacent interior angles. The sum of two non-adjacent interior angles is equal to the blank angle. And so hopefully you are copying that. That's very important. And there is the answer. Exterior angle is equal to the exterior angle. The sum of the two non-adjacent, not next to, interior inside angles is equal to the exterior angle. And that is a major part of what is going to happen later on in this worksheet. Okay, so here we go right now. Remember that the sum of the two non-adjacent angles is equal to the exterior. Try to go ahead and do number 1 and 2. Press pause and try the problems now. So number 1 and 2, basically what I said on this page right here. This page right here, this most important thing right here. I'm going to take it and I'm going to copy it. And I'm not going to go back to that page. I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to go to this page. And we're going to paste it right down here. All right. The sum of the two non-adjacent interior angles equal to the exterior angle. Let's just see what that means. Well, that means this plus this equals this. Two non-adjacent angles, the sum of the two interior non-adjacent angles equal to the exterior. So that means if you do have an exterior angle, you could just subtract 120 minus 50 and you'll get the missing angle. And whatever that is, it should be this question mark right here that we're looking for. Okay, so here we go. That is 70 degrees. 70. So the question mark is 70. 70 plus 50 equals 120. You're good. Another way you could do this is 180 minus 120, right? And you would get 60 here because this is a straight line. Straight lines equal 180. So that would be 180 minus 120. 180 minus 120 is 60. Then you would take 60 plus 50 and get 110. Then you do 180 minus 110 and you would get 70. So I'm going to put this as method number 2 and this as method number 1. You realize that method number 1 is the one that is more direct and that you should definitely realize. Okay, so here we go. Here's an exterior angle. Here is one interior non-adjacent angle, and we need this. So remember, I'm just going to use method 1. I'm going to subtract this. Well, I'm going to subtract 115 minus 50 right off the bat. And I am going to grab my calculator and just make sure 115 minus 50. That equals 65. So this should be 65 degrees. This is your work that you show, and that is basically it. So in another method, like if you wanted to use the other method, this right here is your straight line. So this should be 180 minus 115. And 180 minus 115 is 65. So this should be 65 degrees. Then you would add 50 plus 65 and get 115, and then subtract 180 minus 115 and you get 65. So either way, I would want you to do number one, but if you wanted to go ahead and do all of this work to get that, you can still get it. Let's go on to number 3 and 4. Try the problems, go ahead, press pause now. So using number one, the method that we know, the sum of the two non-adjacent interior angles equals the exterior angle. Equals that exterior angle that is non-adjacent. It's not next to. So this one's pretty easy. You have the interior two non-adjacent angles. All you have to do is add them up. 70 plus 50. That is 120. And then that's it. This is 120 degrees. Or you could go about doing it 70 plus, you could add these two together. Again, 70 plus 50. You would do that, 120. Then you do 180 minus 120, and you'd get 60. And this angle, this is one angle that you would find 60. And then you would do 180 minus 120, and you'd get 60 again. Because this is your straight line. Whatever way you want to do it is fine. Number one is better. Here we go again with the two interior non-adjacent angles. All you do is add those up. This is method number one that I am going to do, and I am going to just show you that method. That is it. This is 105, 105 degrees. And that's it. All right, go ahead. Let's go ahead and do number 5 and 6. Try the problems, press pause now. Okay, so here we go again. Here's an exterior angle. So we have 140 and we have one non-adjacent interior angle that you know this plus this equals this. So we're just going to go ahead and do it. We're just going to do 140 minus 45. 140 minus 45 is 95 degrees. This is 95 degrees. You're done. You could have taken a couple more steps here. Remember, that is a straight line. You would, in a step that if you wanted to do a second method, and this is the last time I'm going to show you, it's 180 minus 140 because that is a straight line. This is 40 degrees right here. Then you have two interior angles that you could add together, doing 45 plus 40, and that would be 85. And then you would take 180 because you're inside the triangle, 180 minus 85, and you'd get 95 degrees. And those three steps would give you the answer. Let's go ahead. This one a little bit more difficult, but this, believe it or not, this 80 is a non-adjacent angle to this exterior angle. So this plus this equals 110. So very easy, you just do 110 minus 80 and you would get your measure of 30 degrees. And this is 30 degrees. Let me just put that there. Let me erase this question mark circle around the question mark, and this is 30. 80 plus 30, you could check it, it's 110. So two more, 7 and 8, try them, press pause now. Really very easy. You have the sum of the two interior non-adjacent angles is equal to the exterior angle. So again and again and again, and on this worksheet, you're going to add these two up, 1 and 2, these two interior non-adjacent angles, and it has to be equal to this. So there is only one step. 58 plus 28. I'm not going to show you any other method. This now is 86 degrees. That's what this is, 86 degrees. You're done. 35 plus 95. Just to make sure, 35 plus 95. Have the calculator by you at all times. That is 130 degrees, like we probably knew. This is 130 degrees. The two non-adjacent interior angles, the sum of the two non-adjacent interior angles is equal to the exterior angle, and that is 7 and 8. Any questions? No? Good. Angle relationships, error analysis. So you have to explain the mistakes, and I'll go through the first one with you here, and then you can take the rest. So each of the problems below was solved incorrectly. So they're telling you that they're incorrect. For each of the problems, circle the mistake in the work and the answer. Explain what the mistake is. Find the correct answer. Okay, so here we go. 5x plus 100 equals 180. I'm not going to circle it. I'm going to highlight it. That is a mistake right off the bat. So we have a mistake right there. What is the relationship between this angle and this angle? What's the relationship? The angles given are vertical angles. So if they're vertical angles, are these angles, when you add them up, equal to 180 degrees? Or are they congruent? If you said they're congruent, that is correct. So the angles are vertical angles and are congruent. The expressions should be set equal to each other, and what we're going to do is find the correct answer. So it's 5x equals 100. Easy enough. Divide by 5, divide by 5. They only solved for x, so x equals 20 is it. If you wanted to solve for the angle measure, you would go ahead and substitute in, but they are just saying find for the value of x, and I did, and we corrected it. Let's go on to numbers 2 and 3. Go ahead and find the mistake. You know there's a mistake. Explain the mistake and then find the correct answer for each one. Press pause and try the problems now. Okay, here we go. So find the correct answer. Number 2, the angles are complementary and equal to 90 degrees. So you take 3x, you do add it to 39 like they did, but it's not equal to 180. It is equal to 90 degrees. And so when you set up your equation, it's equal to 90 just like that. You subtract 39 from both sides just to make sure you have 90 minus 39. And that equals 51. Then when you divide by 3 on both sides, x is equal to, and again, I'm making doubly sure, divided by 3, that is 17 instead of 47. So that's number 2. So number 3, the mistake is this is a straight line. So we are looking at a line. So that's 180 degrees there. But the angles are supplementary, but the error is combining the like terms. We have 6x plus 2x, but that person also adds the 8x for the 16x, and that is not correct. So they combine unlike terms. So let's just write down they had the right equation going, right? But it was supposed to be 8x plus 8 equals 180 minus the 8 from each side, and we have now, and let me just move this down just a little bit, we have 8x equals 172. Divide by 8 on both sides. And just to make sure, let's go ahead and grab that calculator. 172 divided by 8 is that final answer. That is 21.5. X equals 21.5. And I don't know why there's a graph coming up, but there it is. All right. So 2x plus 8 plus 6x, we combine these like terms. There's 8x plus 8, you minus 8 from each side, that's 172, and then you divide, and like the calculator said, 172 divided by 8 is 21.5. That was your answer, and those are the two answers that we have there. All right, the last two problems, go ahead and try them right now. You can press pause and we'll come back and review them. Okay, so here we go with the last two questions. Very simple. They're talking about supplementary angles. Supplementary angles equal 180 degrees. So I'm going to find the supplementary angles are equal to 180 degrees. When you add them, this person should have subtracted from 90. So they're finding the complement of 47 when they should have just found the supplement. So we're going to talk about 180 minus the given, which is 47. Let's see what that's equal to. We'll bring this up. 180 minus 47, and that equals 133 degrees. And that is the correct answer for that one. Let's take a look at what happened with number 5. Again, here is a straight line. These are supplementary angles. What did they do wrong? So right there, they basically set them equal to each other. You know these angles are not equal to each other. One's acute, one's obtuse. So these are supplementary angles and not congruent. So the angles are supplementary and not congruent to each other. Instead, the equation should add both expressions and set them equal to 180 degrees. All right. So we're going to find that correct answer right away. So we have 115 plus 5x minus 10 equals 180. Remember, when you combine like terms, you have 3 terms on one side. Don't move anything over. It's 115 minus 10, and that's 105. It's on the same side, so you don't have to use inverse operations to do anything. Now you have to use inverse operations because you're moving this 105 to the other side of the equal sign. So you have 5x equals 175, and then you divide by 5 on both sides. And we are going to get 175 divided by 5 is 35, and that is your answer. All right, hopefully that video helped you out, and see you next time.